Yo, what's up, everybody?
Welcome back to our channel. If it's your first time joining us, please hit the subscribe button.
Yep.
Please like the video. And everyone else, if you are coming back again, if you know us, if you don't know us, we would really love to hear from you. So please comment. But more than anything, I hope everyone's keeping safe. We're really grateful to still have the blessing of recording, being together as a family, being able to reach our parents, because it really is some crazy times in the country and in the world at large. So we're really just counting our blessings. Thank you.
Yes, Dimpo asked me a question earlier this week in preparation for today's video, and she was like to me, when is the right time to marry?
To propose.
To propose.
Yeah.
When is the right time to propose? So it was like a difficult question, because it's like, when is the right time to propose? I know when I proposed, but like generally, is there a textbook answer to that question? Is it the kind of question that has a right or wrong answer to it? So we're gonna get into that today.
Yay! But I think to start with, I think we also wanted to just share a little bit about our proposal story. Last week we shared about how we met, and this week we're talking about, that period of courting, because we went through courtship at our church. Once we had decided that, we want to be serious with one another, we made it known at our church at the time that we would like to start a process of courtship. I don't know if you want to explain what courtship is.
Courtship is like the stage before proposal.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's marriage. The stage before marriage is proposal stage, where you're like fiance, and what's the other one?
Fiance and fiance.
Yay.
Is it? Fiance.
Well, so but the other one again.
It's a fiance.
So a fiance is together. Isn't there a female and male version to that?
I don't think so.
Well, I feel like there is, but anyway.
Someone educate us if you know.
So it's marriage, it's fiance, and then it's courtship, and then before courtship is dating.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the courtship is like, you've made that decision that I see a future with this person, and you're inviting people into your lives to guide you and to speak to them.
Yeah.
So the importance of courtship is that, as we're trying to separate it from dating, is that in this courtship stage, you have people who speak into your life. So like if there's a pastor or counselor, they come in and they speak into your life. It's like guidance, people who guide you towards the stage where you guys are going to get married. So it's not really about like lovey-dovey. Now it's about the nitty-gritties. Are you guys compatible? Do you agree on specific decisions, like the amount of kids, things that are going to be tense when you are together in marriage? So we had that stage, but it wasn't really, I wasn't really looking back, it wasn't enough, the kind of guidance we had at that stage. I wish we would have had more experienced people who've walked this stage much longer than ours. Yeah, much longer than us. Yeah.
So about our proposal. So Rex proposed to me on my birthday in 2015. It was the 26th of August. And he proposed at a lake, at Zoo Lake in Johannesburg. And I think because it starts with you, I think maybe just share the moments leading up to that, like the purchasing of the ring, the morning of,
So I bought the ring. I must have bought it maybe 2 weeks before. I think. Yeah, I must have bought the ring 2 weeks before. I think at Stearns in the bar. And I remember the ladies there at the counter were very excited. Like, yo, are you, wow, like, who's the girl? And I spoke to them a little bit about her. She's from Lesotho. So they were very encouraging. One thing women are, man. Women are support structure, Men would have been like, okay, are you sure? But women were like, woo! So I bought the ring, took it home. I think I showed my mom and my dad. And I think my sister, so I showed my family. They were pretty excited. My dad then was still like, are you sure about this marriage thing? As I did say, men are very like pragmatic. So we had discussions around that, but Shame, you could see that I was in love, and let's just let him be. So I put the ring in my wardrobe, waited until the day I was like, I'm gonna propose on her birthday. So that morning, I didn't have any dramatic, like, ring stories. I hid it somewhere, I couldn't find it. It was exactly where I put it in my wardrobe. Took it out, I was like, this is the day. I was very nervous the day, that morning of the 26th. A good friend of mine, Swari, he was best man at my wedding. I organized with him that day because he...
But you're rushing, my love. Tell us when you decided that it's gonna be on my birthday. And when you decided it's time for me to buy that ring.
So I think at that point I decided around June. When it's very, very cold, man, you make very important decisions. Like when it's super cold and you're in bed alone, you'll realize like, nah, man, I gotta change this equation. It's cold. So I decided in the peak of winter, June, that somehow, because it was getting to about a year that we were courting, and I've never like really liked long courtship. I think long courtships are very dangerous. I think babies come out and things like that. So I was like, a year is just nice, and at that point it was maybe like close to a year. So I looked at her birthday, which was in August. I'm like, 2 months from now it's her birthday. I've saved up enough to get a proposal ring. So I think she's very big on birthdays, so I think I'm gonna surprise her on her birthday. She's just going to think it's a normal day and I'm just there to give her flowers, can't. I'm gonna go on my knee. So I decided, just casually, birthday is gonna be the best time to do it. And I think, at this point, we're a year into our courtship. I think it's just the right time. Parents are around. Let's just go for it. I didn't think too deeply. I just looked at the times and I said it's an appropriate time. Let's go for it. So I got the ring maybe a month before, I think. So I got the ring, got home, showed my family. My dad was the pragmatic one. Yes, yeah, are you sure, Butiki? Are you sure? He calls me Butiki. No one's supposed to call me that.
I was about to say, so the world can know that?
No one's supposed to call me Butiki except my dad.
Show Butiki.
So I showed my family, cool, spoke a little with my dad, man, are you ready? I'm like, I think I am, cool. My mom was excited, siblings excited. And then, the 26th came that morning. I had organized with my best friend, Tswari, to, hey man, I need someone who's going to take pictures, who's going to help me around that day. And my best friend came through.
Yeah, so I was at work and, he calls me, he's like, please get ready at this and this time. I'm going to come pick you up. And, we're going out for your birthday. And at the time, I was like genuinely like, oh, he's taking me out on a date, It was really, really nice. And I wasn't suspicious at all at the time. I started to get suspicious when I realized that he had organized a car. I think...
I wasn't driving there.
Yeah, there wasn't a car for us at that time. So I saw this old brother of ours, Rodwell. He came, with his car and, we were there at the back seat. We were being driven over to Zoo Lake. And, just something was a little bit off about him. I think for the first time, I felt like, yay. I wanted to be like, hey, are you fine?
What's going on?
In the car ride. But I think at that moment, the first bit of suspicion came in, like, okay, what's happening, because he was just, looking at me very intensely that day. But at the same time, we got to Zoo Lake. Rodro dropped us off. Have a great day, guys. I was like, thank you. There were flowers, and there was just a whole bunch of stuff he was holding. And he's like, I've organized for us to go on a boat ride. I was like, whoa, that is so romantic. That is so nice. And then as we're making our way to the deck, I see his best friend, Tswari. And then he's like, I just asked Tsoragane to come through today to come take pictures of us. At that moment, I was like, it's happening.
No, did you know that Tswari was there?
Yes, I did. We were in the parking lot. In fact, you told me that we're waiting for Tswari. Yes, you told me that we're waiting for Tswari.
I should have played that smarter by hiding him in the bush.
Yeah, he should have hidden. He was the giveaway. I was like, on my birthday, on a date, there's someone to come take pictures. So I think at that moment I was like, got it. It's happening. And I got nervous. Long story short, we got to the boat. We went inside the boat and, we started, rowing around in the boat, going further away from, like the deck, coming back close. And Sarakhanya's still there, like, taking pictures. And I remember, like, Lirek was really big on taking videos. So he took out a phone at that time. He's like, let's take a video for our future babies about this day. And I remember as we were recording a video, hey babies, this is your mommy and your daddy while they're still dating, or rather in courtship. We're at a boat, it's my birthday, yay, we love you, And then he's like, okay, let's go a little bit closer there to Tsarakhanyo. And then in my heart, I'm like, oh my gosh, it's happening. So when we got closer there, Tsarakhanyo is there busy with the camera. So he takes out a tin of cakes. So his mom bakes really delicious ginger biscuits, and I am obsessed with them. So from when we were still in courtship, every time he came to see me, he'd bring me the ginger biscuits. So he's like, so I have something for you. And in my mind, I'm like, he's taking out the ring. And he takes out the tin of biscuits, and he's like, this is from my mom. At that moment, I was like, was I right? Was I not? Anyway. And he's like, my mom said happy birthday. I was like, I was really happy. I was like, so I was busy, like, still trying to take in the moment of all these biscuits for myself, because I've only ever gotten like 6 at a time. But now it was like a whole tin. And as I'm taking out a biscuit, there I see he takes out a box, and then he gets onto his knees. And like in a movie where it just goes blank. It just went sure. I was just like, and yeah, what did you say actually?
I can't remember. We have it on video. It's supposed today we'll share pictures.
Yeah, we can't find the video, but we have some pictures.
Video, yeah.
We have some pictures of us in the boat, but not of the actual.
Tswari, we'll chat to Tswari. He has the full videos of the day. But so I went on my knees, and I must have said something along the lines of, "Will you marry me?" Which is like.
Yeah, but there was a whole speech. Like there was a whole.
Did I make a speech?
Yes. You made a speech, and you know what?
We are not going to find that video.
You know what was why we won't remember that moment is so much was happening. I was still trying to eat the biscuits, and then you took out the ring and made the speech, and then Tongakhan is trying to take a video, but he's screaming at the same time. He's going, woo!
So then there was this other couple. That day there were just 2 of us on the boat. It was you and I and this other couple. I mean, I'll never forget this guy. I'm on my knees and I'm doing the "Will you marry me" thing, and Dimpo obviously. There was no point where I thought you'd say no. Like why are you going to say no? For me, I didn't even hear yes. Did you even say yes? I just remember tears going. Oh, she's crying. All right, cool. I hope this is on tape. I was so confident. You know what I mean?
My husband.
And then there was this other couple there who rode past us, and they were there from the beginning. And the guy says to me, "Yo, man, you did the right thing." And it was so important to hear that, because I wasn't sure if I was doing the right thing. You know what I mean? Yeah, I wasn't sure at that point. I could have proposed earlier from the minute we got into the boat, because I was already there. But you're fighting so many doubts in your heart. Maybe I should wait a little bit more. Man, there's no turning back after this. And that guy literally, he didn't say congrats. He didn't say, yo, you guys are gonna get married. All he said was, yo, you did the right thing, man.
Wow.
And that is all that I needed to hear that day, man.
Wow.
It was like really special to hear. I needed to hear that, man. So it was like, you did the right thing. So, yeah, man, it was so powerful to hear that. It was like they were God sent.
I was about to say that. Trust God to give you the message you need to hear through people.
Yeah.
At the right time.
And it was just them that day, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So,
and you can always count on people around you to really celebrate a proposal moment. I've never seen a video or in person where someone proposes and everyone around is not cheering. Like, because the couple in the boat was screaming. Like, Sarakhanyo was screaming. Sari was screaming. And, all I could hear was the noise. It was, like when I don't know, it's like some effect in a movie where you can hear the noise but from afar. But in your immediate space, it's quiet.
Sure.
You know? I just remember myself wanting to get back onto the deck. I was like, okay, we need to go back there because I just kept looking at the ring and, you know, I think I needed to land, to ground myself properly. And then, yeah, we rode back to the deck, you know, everyone gave us a hug. I remember there was a Kanyimba was shooting around Zulik that day. We didn't even see her. It was like, you know, like it was such
so
a
weird, man. Yeah,
you know,
and
you know, we hugged for a long time, and I think
like selfies.
I think that's the conversation that we need to have. So much goes through your mind at that time, like what is happening? Is this it? Oh my goodness! And it's a little bit of panic and a little bit of joy. Because you're stepping into uncharted territory. You don't know what's happening from then on. You know, when you're dating. It's like, you know, if you want to walk away, you walk away, you know. But at that point, you don't know what life holds for you from that moment on.
There's no turning back, man.
It's a little bit nerve-wracking. I remember calling my mom, going, Mom, I'm engaged, and she didn't understand. She's like, what? Like, wait. I think she was like, wait, let me step outside a little bit. And I'm like, Mom, I'm engaged. And she's like, no, are you serious? And like,
the only person who knew was my family and your brother. I called him, if not the day before, a couple of days before. Yeah, I remember at home. I called him. Yeah, I said, "Hey man, I just wanted to tell you that I'm going to be proposing on your sister's birthday, and I just wanted to sort of pass it by you." Yeah. And he was like, "Oh man, for sure, go for it." Yeah, it must have been actually maybe the day before, or a couple of days before. Yeah, I called him, and he was just like, "Yeah, man, go for it."
I wonder what was going through his mind. His little sister flying off on her own now.
He was probably like, "Yeah, man, go for it." No, but
it was really, really amazing. Oh, it was really. It was. I think I even forgot about my birthday. But I remember that part you really fulfilled. I felt so incredibly special. Like, woo! I felt so special. We took so many pictures. Like, we'll share the pictures and. We had to rush back to church because at the time we were still like serving quite a lot at church, and we had a lot of responsibilities that we needed to get back to. So after that moment, we needed to wrap up, you know, the bit of the celebration and make our way back to church because I think there was an evening service or like
no, it must have been like a
Bible study.
Yeah, meeting. Yeah, Bible study meeting.
Yeah. And we were late for that meeting. So when we got in, did our pastor know? Did he know?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, but anyway.
Then,
we walked into the room, and then, you know, I think he sort of played along. He's like, "Oh, you guys are late for the thing." And then we're like, "Yeah, because, you know, bam!" And then it was just like,
yeah, it was crazy.
We still have the video, but we're not gonna share it because it was crazy. And yeah, that was a proposal. That was a proposal.
Yeah.
And it was just euphoria from then on. Like, just looking at my hand, you know, taking off the ring every time I wash my hands or wash dishes, like not even wanting it far away from me. Like, it was just there. Yeah,
from then on, the following weeks, Dims was just like, she couldn't like.
Yeah.
She wasn't even around us. She was just like,
listen.
So yeah.
You arrange your outfit every morning to coordinate, like the ring, like the ring. Everything. Just you wanna show up. You wanna dress up. You wanna look good because you can't let the ring down. Like. I loved it.
And that was her process from there. My process from there was just like, how am I going to do this family thing, you know?
What did I do?
But then I'm freelancing and finances, how am I going to... Because now, like, you can't, like, proposal is like marriage is got out to now, you know? So, like, Lobola is coming soon. Now Dimpo's family are going to start asking questions because culturally they don't like the proposals. They don't mean anything.
Yeah, culturally you're not even supposed to. Because I remember I had to go home at some point and I had to take off the ring. You're not allowed to be proposed before there's some sort of agreement with the family.
Mm.
So a letter is supposed to come first to the family, and then a proposal.
Yeah, I remember when I was telling my dad about the proposal. My dad is like part history and part present. Like those two forces play within him all the time. So like he's very modern but very like old as well. So he was like, "Ke inyora ntho hlangoto yethu." O tshwantse o romelele ngolo mos. So it was like, no, Dad, like this is how we do it now. You know what I mean? You propose and then the letters come. But I remember just wondering, I'm gonna have to man up now and like put together my life, and because now I'm basically telling her family that very soon we're going to become this couple thing, and I'm going to have to take care of your daughter. So those things were playing in my mind, man, and they were not like dope feelings, it's not dope at all. It's a bit of anxiety, it's some fear. It's like, am I going to be able to rise to the occasion? You know what I mean? So it's interesting, those two processes. You already, you already see yourself, you visualize yourself on your wedding day. I'm visualizing myself. Am I going to be able to be a father?
That's interesting. I'm thinking about it as you're speaking. I'm like, it's so interesting because from that moment on, it was like butterflies for me, like and looking forward, already planning in my head. Whereas for you, it was like you reality settled. Wow.
Because your life completely changes.
Yeah.
But yeah, maybe we'll do a part 2 on this.
Yeah.
Next week.
Yeah.
So I think that's an interesting conversation to maybe have as a part 2 for next week. Really my process at that point and your process. Leading towards Linyalo, leading towards the marriage day. I think there's a lot of conversations I would have loved to have with men who were already on the other side, and I will talk about that next week, and maybe you as well, just your process and some of the things that you should have alerted yourself to, maybe.
Definitely, yeah. Definitely. Yeah, so, but I think for today, what we wanted to get to the crux of is, how do you know you're ready to propose? When is the right time to propose? And I think that answer will come from you.
You want me to close on that?
Yeah.
I think when you hit the ceiling, right? There comes a time where your relationship hits the ceiling. Like you can't, like if you're dating, it gets to a point where everything else that we want to do exists outside of the dating sphere. So like for us, because we are Christians, it's like we want to have sex, so we hit the ceiling of the dating experience. We've touched hands long enough, we've kissed long enough, now we want to get to that other stage. So we hit the ceiling there. So I knew that we hit the ceiling. So many things that we want to do, apart from sex, so many experiences we want to have. We want to do sleepovers, we want to go to like Durban, Pietermaritzburg, and we've hit the ceiling. We can't do that because things are going to happen if we do that. So I knew when we hit that ceiling that it's time to propose now. And God will take care of the rest, So that for me, that was my process.
That's so beautiful. Yeah. Thank you.
We'll say more next
week. More on this subject. Thank you so much for tuning in, guys. We're really loving this journey. We're really loving the feedback that you guys are giving. We're really hoping to get to a place where we can start interacting with you guys a lot more. So we really would appreciate it if you could comment. Give us suggestions on stuff that you would like to hear, videos that you'd like for us to make in the future as well.
Thank you for joining us. Like, subscribe, comment, and we will see you again next week.
Cheers. Stay safe, everyone. Bye.